Yeah, it'll be held in place, yeah. I'm just saying that since there's like a sharp edge here, you probably need to fillet that so that it's easier to wrap with the front surface.
You get into restaurant carving, you can just wind it, do a wind over this part, and then do a layup over the top of that.
Yeah, it's not.
So yeah, we probably should fillet it.
But that also needs to be sized.
NASA studio, but I ended up taking an internship at NASA in Houston, Texas right after I graduated, and I've been working there ever since. And so I am part of a group called the Habitability Design Center, and we're in the Human Factors division at NASA, so we kind of approach interior design and architecture and industrial design for aerospace vehicles, kind of from the human factors, human-centered design. Rover, SPR, and then they changed it to Lunar Electric Rover, LER, and now it's the SEV, which stands for Space Exploration Vehicle, because they just keep getting more and more generic. What's been happening at NASA is because we're not really exactly sure where the end destination is yet, they keep trying to repurpose some of these projects into other vehicles. So eventually, what is the Lunar Rover now might be more of a deep space vehicle with a rocket sled on the bottom of it instead of wheels, so it could actually go zero gravity and explore an asteroid, or kind of models of what the pressure vessel would look like or what it could look like based on our current construction. So you could actually face the rear of the vehicle or the front of the vehicle in your seat, so you could face backwards and do with the chassis, and then do overlays with human figure in there and kind of sketch and then composite them together. So you can still kind of see, like on the chassis, you can kind of see some of the CAD model wireframe underneath there, but this was to show normal driving operations and getting in and out of the suits. Again, those are the suit ports I was talking about, where the suit actually docks directly to the rear of the vehicle, and right from bench level you can open up the hatch to the suit and hop right in. We used, as part of determining where the windows would be placed on the nose of this vehicle, this is a giant projection dome. And what we did was we projected images. It was essentially a lunar simulator, so you could drive around inside of this vehicle on this lunar landscape. But what we did on the nose of the vehicle was we skinned that all with just a soccer net. You can see. This is the final, I guess, the final working prototype of the vehicle going into production. It was all chromoly powder-coated tubing for outfitting. So we went to a bunch of boat yards and boat manufacturers and looked at how certain boats were finished on the inside. And we used the same kind of vinyl seat coverings for that and had them all stitched up. You can see the privacy curtains along the ceiling, along the sides, and those are really thick. They have like a sound-absorbing material on the inside, which was kind of like felt, but with some foam sandwiched in there between as well. And this is the vehicle in the desert. So we have gone out to the desert outside of Flagstaff, Arizona for the last 3 or 4 years, testing all these vehicles. These vehicles and a couple other habitats. This was the first generation 1A, and then there was a 1B unit that was very similar to this, but it had a hatch on either side of the vehicle, and it also had a dust cover for the suits that could deploy, and a few other features. So now there are 2 rovers.
Battery is going to be in a box. It's going to be structural, and then it's going to be down on the. It's going to be attached to the bottom of the car. And these points, obviously mirror on the other side, are going to fix to this, as well as there's going to be a. It's just a sort of 4-sided shape. It's going to come and disperse the force to this box. Not to these two.
Okay. Because that's like a lot of your force, right? Is going to be. I mean, you won't be going over big bumps or anything, but still, like, a lot of the force is going to go into that plate, right? So the problem we had is we had pretty thin A-arms too, and if you look at a lot of A-arm designs, you'll almost have one piece up top, and then the bottom A-arm that's taking the load of the shock, that's beefed up, and so we actually found our A-arms bend there. So we had to beef those up with plates for the first competition, and then we made actual better A-arms for the second. But
and you said you were going to have 1.25 up and down wheel travel?
Yeah,
is
that's
that
sort of something.
roughly?
Yeah, about.
And how much does the camber change over that?
Um,
Because you've got just the single
Right.
wishbone here.
Right,
So
yeah.
Yeah, have you looked at to see what the camber changes?
Yeah, we've been looking at that. I mean, we had some numbers. Now they've changed because we just within the past week we made these arms longer.
Glued in.
Yes.
Yeah, it becomes
And
bionic,
glued in.
but not before.
So literally, there are no through bolts.
Right, right. And I think that will actually work really well. It raises a question for me is, why don't you have that mocked up yet? Because you have enough information to mock up the battery boxes and all the way across this whole front suspension piece. And you should have that mocked up in pink foam. Because you're going to need some thickness, and you get 1 inch pink foam or ½ inch pink foam, whatever you need there. And start mocking that up so you can see and put people's feet down there and everything else you need. Then if you need to modify the curve on the bottom of that, that's no big deal.
Which you can do really easily on the bandsaw. You can cut it all out. You can figure out all your angles. You can make all your brackets. You know, it's a lot easier to work off of.
That actually looks like that skate shoe is going to work. Hey,
Hello.
how's the shoe doing?
Well, it closed, so we're gonna stop. But I
Is
got
wine coming out of it?
the front faced. Oh yeah.
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 Okay, we're really close.
Partially reset.
Okay, wait, get it like halfway so that we can pull it the rest of the way. So it doesn't go everywhere.
Yeah.
Man, I'm sweating the alcohol out my pores.
That's good. We're helping you get over your hand.
Okay, that's good, that's good.
By
We
giving
can
you
help.
another one. Oh. Oh, fuck.
Yay, it's about halfway. Or more. Yeah,
I
sorry.
think you might be a little more.
Dude, we can just get the pliers.
Here, the guy did it with his teeth.
No. You get a glass. Are you thirsty?